I know everyone's going nuts about this new Suzuki Jimny, but if I look at it completely objectively, it's not actually a fantastic road car. It's got a 1.5 litre, which going through this 5-speed box hits 60 in about 13 seconds, and it completely runs out of puff before you can get to 90, if you can stand the noise. It wallows in the corners, the steering's like a drunken telephone call. If you persevere, the message eventually gets through. And the brakes, well, we're trying not to think about the brakes too much because this thing only has a 3-star NCAP rating.
I think you're being harsh. You only need good brakes if you've got good performance. And okay, this really isn't designed to be bombing up and down the motorways or smashing through hairpins at high speed. It's a low cost, big fun, pint-sized mud plugger, and it's fantastic. At this price point, I don't think anything can touch it. Who cares about brakes anyway?
And you're absolutely right, because this thing has been designed as a tool. It's not been designed as a fashion accessory. And in this Instagram filtered, fake news, lifestyle branded world in which we live in, there's something actually really refreshingly honest about the Suzuki Jimny that we both really like.
I think it's pretty cool. And as a toy, as a plaything, it is great fun. But I've got a theory now. This is a rare instance of where a previous model has the potential to be even better than the current model, because they've been making the Jimny since, what, 1970 something?
The original one, I think they made the Gen 3 for about 20 years, didn't they? So there's thousands of them.
I think they made 3 million and they went to 191 countries.
Something like that.
But if you take one of those original Jimnys and you've got a couple of thousand to spare, you take it to a very eccentric English inventor friend of ours. He'll take your off-roader offshore.
This is Dutton Cars, the oldest founder-owned car company in the world. At one time, Dutton were also the world's most prolific kit car manufacturer, producing more than 8,000 sports cars throughout the 1970s and 80s. In 1995, company founder Tim Dutton picked up his spanners once again to begin building amphibious vehicles using the underpinnings of this Jimny's predecessors. So we met up with Tim to try out the latest Dutton Surf, an ocean-going 4x4 that's been making quite a splash.
So this is the one that's based on the predecessor to this?
That's right.
So it's a little bit longer than a standard Jimny,
Yeah,
is that right?
About a foot and a half longer.
Right.
So it gives you a slightly more comfortable ride, because like on the Minis, the early Minis, very short,
yeah.
And they were doing this all the time, so this is more comfortable. And it's about 100 kilos heavier. And of course you're much higher, so you get a more commanding view of the road and the river. Everything you see that's yellow is plastic. There's no chassis in it, it's monocoque. And then where all the suspension and the steering and the important bits are bolted on, there's stainless steel laminated into the monocoque, so it can't go rusty. It'll still be here when we're all dead and buried.
Can I ask a daft question? I mean, on some of the early amphibious cars were just flapping around on the back. This is jet propulsion?
That's right.
So it's like a jet ski, basically?
It's exactly the same as a jet ski. With a jet ski, the impeller's about 3 inches in diameter, and this is 8.5, so it's much bigger. We had to design the jet ourselves because the smallest jet we could find was about that long. Yeah. And of course, it's no good because it would stick out of the back. So we had to we now manufacture the shortest jet on the planet. The whole thing is only about that long.
When Rich takes this out on the water in a bit, then, well, he doesn't need a license. No. Nobody needs a license to take this out on the water.
It's about the only thing in England that is actually free. In Europe, you're not allowed to go out on a boat that's got an engine that's more than 10 horsepower unless you pass various tests. But in England, anybody can go out in the water. You could be a 15-year-old kid that's just won the pools and get into a power boat with a couple of Lamborghini engines in and just go straight out. There's no regulations at all. It's a bit weird.
So the irony is they can take it out to sea but not on the road.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you can have a few jars as well.
The 15-year-old me would have really loved this. So there's no drink driving laws on the
I think if you're absolutely completely drunk, but other than that, no, there's no.
I've been done for drink sailing in Norway.
Oh, right.
I got done in Tonsberg.
Where you meant to be in Norway, though?
I didn't start off there. You've built 8,000 cars.
That's right.
And that kit car industry was, it still exists of course, but it was huge back in the day. Young people would build their own cars from kits. But what inspired you to make the first seagoing car? Because that's like oil and water and chalk and cheese and him and sobriety.
I used to take my boats onto the beach in Worthing. Of course, when the tide's out, it's about a mile out. So if we got it the wrong time, we had to push the trailer for miles. And I thought, oh, I'll drive on the beach. So council found out about that and stopped us doing it. And someone said, well, if you make an amphibious car, you can drive on the beach. Not really much Worthing Council can do about it. And that's how it started. That was in 93, and then by 1994, I lived in a big house with a swimming pool, which I didn't use that much. And I thought, oh, sod it, I'll design a car in the swimming pool. So I actually designed my first amphibious car in this swimming pool.
But that was a two-wheel drive, based on an old Fiesta?
Yeah, based on a Mark III Fiesta. Yeah. And unfortunately, as soon as I bought it out, it got tons of publicity, and everybody said, oh, if only it was four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So I had to sell that for about 5 or 6 years to get my money back on the moulding and everything. And then in 1999, I went over to four-wheel drive, started off with the Suzuki Samurai, and then we went on to the Jimny, which is what this is now. I've done the English Channel twice.
I was going to ask you about that. So you hold the record for taking 2 across, is that right?
Well, no, I hold the record for doing it twice. There is nothing more boring.
How long did it take you?
6 hours. Just holding a steering wheel, just watching France get slightly bigger for 6 hours was really boring. I thought, I'm never going to do this again. And then 2006, a customer had one of my cars, and he said he wanted to do it. Would I come along? So he did it again. So I've crossed the channel twice.
Was it complicated?
Because it's a jet. The rudder's only about 3 inches square, so it's very small because the water comes out at such a high pressure. So that's coupled up to the steering all the time. So you just press the loud pedal to make it go faster and turn the steering wheel. The only way you can slow down is to take your foot off the throttle. There's no good putting your foot on the brake.
Hang on, we might need to write some of this down.
So an idiot can drive it?
Yeah, give me the keys.
Right.
Let's go.
There's a bit of a knack to this, I think.
You've got good grab handles.
Right. Got depth sounder.
Yeah. I got pre-flight checks. Seatbelts?
No, I don't think you have to put them on. As you go down.
I don't know whether if we crash, I want to be restrained, or actually it's got no airbags anyway, has it?
We just need to be able to get out quickly.
Yeah.
Engage jet clutch lever.
We're on jet.
We're on jet. Take foot off clutch and drive or roll down to water.
We're a car, we're a car, we're a car, we're a car, we're a car.
Head wheels touch.
We're a boat.
Slam, put clutch. Oh no.
I forgot what he said.
Go put in the jet clutch lever in. Are we going? Oh, that's it.
Yes then! We are a boat. Still feels like a car. God, this is a weird feeling.
So it's just off the throttle then?
Yeah, just off the throttle, yeah. And there's a massive lag because you turn the wheel like boats and nothing happens. Oh shit!
Mind the yacht.
Well, the camera can't see, it's a huge yacht trying to get in. Sorry!
Right, so we're going right towards the English Channel.
To France. France is right. I'm going to do a donut. Check this out. Yeah, drifty, drifty. Hey, what do you reckon?
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. Do we drive on the left or on the right? Is it me or has the front gone really heavy? It looks like we're a bit...
I think we're just listing your side, mate.
That was cruel. That man's calling the Coast Guard. No, we're all right. We don't need any help. We're fine.
So do you feel the tide?
Yeah, I'm like totally sideways now. Oh,
it's like drifting, is it?
It's, yeah. This handles like a Vauxhall.
Aim a bit more that way.
Oh yeah, we've got no brakes. We've got no brakes.
Oh, there's instructions for landing as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Make it quick because we're fast approaching land.
To leave water, put foot on clutch and engage transfer box, marked black, into four-wheel drive.
Is that knob there?
Yeah, you've got to put that into four-wheel drive. Because it's in neutral at the minute.
I'm getting there, Give me a second. Right. There's a hell of a current. Why are we going sideways?
Because you're on the wheels now, you're not on the jets, are you?
Now what? Quick.
No, you just drive it out.
Oh, you make it sound so simple.
Jet lever into neutral.
Which one's? No, he never said touch that.
Oh, okay.
We're basically just going to crash into the
only thing you've got to
shore.
remember is you've got to put it into two-wheel drive as soon as you get onto the ramp. You're in neutral, you're not in drive. You've got to put it into four-wheel drive.
Okay. Shit. I put my foot on the brake, like that makes a difference. Ah, yeah, there we go.
That's it, you're nearly there. And you've got to put it into two-wheel drive as soon as you get up to this ramp. That's it.
Yes! Woohoo! So if you've got, I don't know, 10 grand to spend and you're on an aquatic type, I think there's a great alternative to the latest Jimny. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. With an options list that includes poop decks, fishing rod holders and depth sounders, are you really sure you want the new Jimny?